bristle, the white or the black, whichever way you like. But make sure it's a little bit worn down too. If it's not worn down, cut it. If it's too new, it won't get in there. That's why I save these little ones, okay? Hey guys, sorry, we have a customer in the store and I'm trying to make this for you. I'm trying to set a 1.5 diamond in the center of this. It's Marquise shape. So these are the tools that I'm going to use, okay? Or the ball burrs. I got the ball burr, which is to drill the point, okay? Try to find the thinnest one you could find to go in the front, because what you're going to do is you're going to drill inside here so your point goes in there nice. And you could use either a diamond burr here to cut the prongs with, okay? Or you could use I use just a regular hard burr. So whichever way you like to do it, that's fine too, but I just want to show you the way I do it. And this video is geared towards the people that, you know, not put solder on the tips. So I'm going to show it to you to set the Marquise without adding solder on the tips because you're afraid to push those tips. So I'm going to show you how to notch them and how to push the stone in there without any solder in the front. And I know a lot of jewelers do add solder in the front because they're afraid to push that point, that V shape on, because they might end up breaking the tip there. So all right, let's start doing this. I'm back on my old bench. They kicked me out of the front. They stuck me in the back room now. I got Jimmy the jeweler. He's in the back. He's driving me crazy today.
Wasn't me.
All right, you can stop. Come on in. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use the diamond burr here, okay? So I guess this is my old bench. I worked on this bench for over 25 years. So it's in the back room. So we're gonna go here. So place it, we're gonna notch it. I'm gonna make the seat, take 2 at a time. Look at it from all angles. So turn, as you turn, this goes up, okay? I try to follow that bend right there or the edge right there, but I like to go a little bit above it because what happened, if the stone, the actual girdle and the actual culet of the stone not gonna fit in here correctly, you could chip the bottom of it as well. So make sure you got enough clearance to the culet, okay? From the top of these prongs to the culet, because these particular heads, you know, I don't know, the way they designed, they're not the actual, you can see these are a little bit lower than the actual V sometimes. You could look at them, these prongs are much lower than the V. I'm not sure what the purpose of this design is, so I have no idea who designed them, but I like them. I like the way they shape around the diamond. So make sure don't over notch these prongs, just enough notch to bend them over the stone without chipping it. Can you see that? Okay. And I try to line up my notch with this notch down here, okay? Even though that's why I kind of cheat a little bit upward, because if you actually take this particular groove here, let me grab this here. So if you take this notch here, the pre-bent notch here, it does not line up with this. So if you try to follow this, it's never going to line up with that. Okay, so I'm gonna go, that's why I cheat up a little bit. So I go in here, so I work my way up. See, I work the burr up and down like this. So when I go down, I work it up a little bit. So now I go back and I notch each prong, but believe me, I'm not going too much, just to here. Looks like I'm drilling a lot, but I'm not. I'm literally just a tiny swipe inside, just enough to give me that groove. And remember, I push in like towards the prong in that way, and I go up and down this way, just to here, just to clear it, because if that girdle is a little bit thick, I want it to fit in there, and I want that prong to bend right on it, okay? So let's take this diamond here, okay? I don't have all my tools back here. You can see it's not even gonna fit in here. The head, this head was ordered the correct size, believe it or not. Look at it. Can you see, Gab? Look at this. It's sitting right on top. I mean, that's why a lot of these heads are not accurate in measurements. You know, I'm not sure. So maybe they measured to fit a perfectly shaped Marquise stone. But you can see the side of the stone is really wide. Okay, but you can see it's not going to fit in there. There's no way, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open it up. Okay, sorry, I'm going slow here because I don't have all my tools here, so they're on the bench outside. So I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna open this up, open this up. Okay, so let's see if this will go down in. You can see it wants to go in. Now we have to open these V-prongs out, okay? So we open the V-prongs out. I grab it here like this, very gentle, and push it out. You could grab it here, but I don't want to bend these out. So I bend it just to here. Okay, so let's try this now. I'm using my sprues as the wax. Okay, so let's see if this will drop in now. Okay, here you go. It's right in there. To be honest with you, a lot of times you don't, on these particular prongs, you don't even have to notch it. But this is what I mean by, look at the cullet. It's touching the stone on the bottom. Can you zoom in, Gap? You can see the cullet. So you have to be careful with that. Okay, so if you go to push it, you might chip that cullet. Okay, you could stop. Okay size ball burr, maybe like 3 millimeter, nothing too big. Okay, remove the stone back out. Okay, and I'm gonna go in the center, right in the center here. You can see these prongs when they soldered together, they kind of don't even line up. They stuck out. You can see them. Zoom in a little bit. Can you see them? Is it clear? You know, so when they weld them together, they're not even. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drill them down. Okay, clean this area out so they're nice and even. So my cullet sits in there nice and comfortable. Because when I push my prongs, don't go crazy though, just enough to give it enough clearance for this Marquise to go in there, and the cullet goes in there and rests. So before I put that in there, I know it's gonna go in there nice. I'm gonna drill a little bit in the center of the actual V-prongs. So try, as I said, try to use the smallest ball burr and work your way up, okay? You can see this one maybe under 1 millimeter maybe, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drill it, place it against your pin here. Hands here, try to support it, and I'm gonna go, can you see me from behind or no? So I'm gonna drill in. Now if you wax this, we'll go in, we'll drill way better. Can you go in? Can you see it? See when I waxed it, it's giving me a nice drill. Okay. Let me clean this out. Okay. So work it just a hair more, just enough that I want that point to sit in there. Okay. Now I could work a little bit of groove down so the point, which is the pavilion of the stone, sits in there comfortable. And I could go here, okay, and I groove this just a little bit here, okay. You could use actually a heart burr to groove it, but this is much easier with the ball burr, okay. Here you go. So it sits in there, okay. So now we're gonna put the stone in. Should drop right in. Very comfortable. You can see it's sitting there flat. The girdle is sitting rested in the setting really nice. These V-prongs are gonna, once I push this, it's gonna go right into the actual hole that I drilled. And I bought, like I said, I bought the screwdriver, small mini screwdriver. You could buy these at Home Depot. I would groove this here. So you go flat and you groove the center of them, okay? I'm gonna do it in front of you so you got an idea. So I took a regular Phillips screwdriver and I flattened the top and just go from, you could go either point, okay? Because I want this to hug the actual prawn, okay? And try to use a nice burr because this one's not eating much. All right, let's try this one here. Okay. There you go. Okay. So now this is gonna hug the prawn. So when I place my prawn on here, see, it's gonna grab the prawn so it doesn't slip and hit the stone. This is how I'm gonna work it. So I'm gonna do my V's first. So I push my V's in very gentle on the point, but once you drill it, you don't have to worry as much, okay? So I push it. As I push it, I kind of turn it up a little bit. See my hand, I lift it just to here, okay? And I go up and lift it. So now I'm gonna do these side ones, and I know the stone is perfectly straight. I go opposite, I push, see how that grabbed it right in the center here? So once it goes in, I push over, go to the other side, push over, go opposite of each other, okay? Just like that, and this one goes just on it, just like that. So then I go back and I repeat. Don't do it all at once. Take your time, work on it, okay? You could do it now side to side. You don't have to go opposite once you push them in. But don't rush. Take your time when you're pushing that point. Now, if you want, you could do the edge of it this way. So you have to groove another one this way. So I'm going to go this way and over. Okay, just be very gentle. Don't rush it because those points are very sharp. Okay. Now, so I'm going to take my pliers. I'm going to squeeze my V in like this. Very gentle. But again, there's not much pressure on the actual point anymore. Push that V in. Okay. You got that? Now, this looks like an ugly V. You can see it's not perfectly V. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shape it. I'm going to go up, straight down this way, flat. To the other side, so flat. Okay. Hold can you see my hand? I hold it this way towards me, and I shape it into a nice sharp V. And I go this way, I shape it into a nice sharp V. And I repeat on this side. I repeat on this side. I go straight, straight, almost even with the table of the diamond, okay? Almost, not all the way down, just keep it a hair up because I'm going to show you why. So straight, look at my fingers, I turn. So I go from this position to this position here like that. And I'm going to go break those points up, come down to the other side, break them down. You can see how you have a beautiful V now. Take a look at it.
I got you.
Okay. And you repeat on the other side. Up and come back down. And I would just give it one swipe. Don't go crazy. Just take your time on those V's. Here, and then now you're going to go and you're going to file these like I showed you, up and down. Up and down. Up and down. All right. Now, if you want, you can give it a last push with the pliers. Up, opposite of each other. Turn the other side. As I said, only do this if you really feel comfortable with it. Okay? Don't try to do it with the pliers if you're not comfortable. Use the pusher, but don't go crazy. Okay? So up and down. Okay? Work it down. You could cup those, but I said I don't like the cupping method, especially on solitaires. I like to do, I want it to look like a facet. Can you shut that, Sonic, for a second, please? Yeah, thank you. All right, so up and down, up and down. Okay? Okay, so back up. Thanks guys for watching. I hope this helps. And if you have any questions or you need to see me set something else, please don't hesitate. I just gotta polish this and deliver it to the customer. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.